Hello everyone, this is Jordan and it's time again to make a summary of the past week's performance when it comes to trades based on divergences. I'm currently located at the divergenceuniversity.com website, visiting, I don't know what should be the correct term here. But anyway, on this page you can find the performance tracker, guys, and I filtered the results based on the last week here, basically from 7th to the 11th, Monday to Friday, and this is what we're dealing with. Those are the trades we took last week. Overall, not bad at all in terms of performance, but again, we're not trying to show off how good or bad we are in terms of trading. These performance trackers that you can see on all of the strategies, basically, the idea here is to show you why we take the given trade, the given setup, why it was good, why didn't we skip it, why we took exactly this one. Because if you think about it, we skip probably 70-80% of the signals that come to us, right? From generated based on manual trading or based on strategies and softwares, doesn't matter. We were looking at multiple factors, and until those are met, we're just going to skip it. So, starting from the bottom, Eurofranc and Pound Kiwi, the first two which lost. Eurofranc is the first one. Now here it's kind of easy, actually, I would say, because whether we look at it like that or not, what we have is an impulsive move, basically structure that is suggesting continuation higher. And I discussed this Eurofranc trade, which we also got on the FX Delta software, that trading the first wave would be a bit more aggressive. But since we're dealing with 1 hour chart cycle here, that is perfectly fine. And here is the time to mention that you can see how we do it, guys. We have strategies with set of rules. Every strategy comes with its own rules, and we're following it. If you start waiting for 5 strategies to come to the same point and tell you buy or sell, you will be falling into what's called analysis paralysis. You will be analyzing too much without pulling the trigger. So, as per my suggestion at least, follow the rules of the strategy. If it makes sense, you go with it. Okay? And this is what we have again: double wave, divergence here, false break, and we're attacking it, looking for 1 to 2 risk reward ratio versus the top. This one failed for the second ABCD, which later on pushed. Pound Kiwi, we set the next trade. This is another buy idea, and here we have again bullish trend. This is perfectly clear. Here we also have the support zone, and we can see this spike here from that 4 hour chart candle was immediately pushed by the buyers. Okay, sellers couldn't handle it anymore. This is where we get double wave down, ABCD, again with divergence, and that's why the attack starts from this very zone. Unfortunately, as we said, this trade also pushed lower and reached the stop loss zone. Dollar cut, bullish idea, and that bullishness started some time ago after we broke the trend lines here and the highs. This is where we said we're looking to go ahead and buy for continuation upwards. Since the divergences are working in a way that the price must go against the trend you're looking for to trade, in that case it became perfect, because the divergence appeared exactly at the bottom of this, what is supposed to be a channel or a flag, and this is where our entry for the buys got triggered. We got lucky here on the spike that we were not kicked out. few more pips and it would have been a miserable situation, but you can see the level, guys. Okay, that was the first level, and then we have the second level, which was already too deep with too many pips to the downside, which means the risk reward ratio would not be the same versus the top. Alright, so that's why this level covered, and this one got the profits. Going quickly over a few more trades here, and I promise I'll cut the video and make it as short as possible. Pound Aussie is a sell opportunity. Now, bearish move, attempt to continue higher that we've been looking for previous week, and then we got here breaking and pushing lower. Now this could be very well shown or considered a range right later on. Pound Aussie not perfectly clear to me on the higher time frames, to be honest. That's why the lower time frames would be a bit more, again, clear, I would say this is the word. But the idea is that we got the push to the downside followed by this ABCD, and once we got the divergences, it started to become really interesting, and this is where the sell opportunity was born. And with this push lower, we managed to get the targets. Gold, the sell opportunity in gold was about the 4-hour chart range, and last week the pair pushed here towards the top, attempt to continue lower, provided us with the pullbacks, and this is where we said, okay, we would like to start looking for the sells once again, because clearly at that stage it's holding. We have the hidden divergences, we have the regular divergence here with false breaks and so on. So the risk reward at least makes sense. If it's going to be stopping here, respecting the channel, that target should be easily achievable. Unfortunately, this one pushed higher for a stop loss. And let's cover one more, let's say Euro Kiwi. Here we have, first of all, levels. This you can spot within seconds. Levels, levels, levels. Then we have the idea of lows and highs ratios, and it started slowly to shift to the opposite direction. We can also look at it as big ranges in terms of triangle, but what's probably the simplest idea here is this trend line and some kind of five leg structure here that completed with divergence. And keeping in mind that we're in a very critical level, supportive zone, we can expect the price to continue higher. After all, the divergence is completed. We have a nice bullish bar, a few spikes here, and so on and so on. So the attack makes a lot of sense, especially since the target in this case will be much below the previous swing high, and that's good because sometimes if your target is just a few pips above it, and the price will come to this zone, which is also a fantastic level, let's say, create a spike and boom, a reverse. So you were right, but you couldn't cash out for just a few pips. And this one pushed almost immediately. So, okay, last one, pound Kiwi, and we're done. ABCD, guys, pretty much the same idea as the one we saw with the previous pound. We also have here a triple leg structure. We also have here a zone with very, very strong levels, and that's why attacking with the buys. Okay, extremely simple trade, and boom, we got the push up. And now we're going to say that's all. Of course, if you have any questions, please use the comments below. I would like to find out what's your favorite divergence indicator. If you're trading divergences, or you're using divergences in any other way to confirm end of trends or to exit trades, doesn't matter. Please share it below. It would be interesting to see who's using what. Of course, special invitation for anyone who is not part of our Telegram channel. We share signals and educational materials on daily basis, guys. So please find the link below and you can join it. That will be all for this week. I'll see you next week, guys. Bye for now.